Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're ready as we're going to be.
You wanted me to talk? 1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
Hello, Street Fighter.
Yes.
The new
Boobs.
Some music that we're not
I love
listening to.
boobs.
Yep,
I love
yep.
boobies. I love blue-footed boobies. They're real. It's not
I
actual
think-
breasts.
All right.
I think he just.
Let's just do a practice.
Okay.
All right, let's do a practice.
Roll it, Manuel. Tell me when you're rolling. Rolling.
All right.
And 3, 2, practice.
Practice. Welcome, everybody, back to the basketball podcast. We're not going to talk about the Lakers because they're out of the playoffs. Fuck it. What are we going to talk about, Rob?
What's the etiquette here? Like, can we
What's
like look at our phones or look at text?
we
or
can,
do you,
we
do
can
you
do,
want me
you
to
know
look
what?
at your eyes?
You look at your phones.
Okay.
Do whatever you want.
Great.
Junior's going to fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Luis Flores. They call me Big Lou. This is BigLus Tech Talk. I'm here with Robert, Be Creative, and Leah. I don't even know her last name anymore.
You don't have to. It's just Leah. Now, Leah
I like her voice. That's
Roman.
great.
You
Leah,
got
Leah Roman,
this.
yeah. I never heard a different Leah because I know her for a very long time before she got married.
I've been fabulous. Is it recording? Really?
I'm gonna tell you the
Did I say
truth. I'm
that?
just talking shit because I haven't talked to Leah. In maybe
No,
15
I know.
years.
It's been so long, and
Yeah.
I just need to, be careful of the things that I say. I got my manager over there. She's monitoring and making sure that I don't say the wrong things because it will be held against me later on. Okay, sorry. She said that's it.
I'm pretty sure nothing we've just recorded is usable.
Great.
How we doing back there, Manuel?
Doing great.
That's Manuel yelling, doing great from the TD truck. The 42
Titty
foot
truck.
Yeah, he's in the truck outside.
Titty truck?
Did I say titties?
Yeah.
She heard titty. No, you said TD.
I
right?
said
Oh,
Leah's on a trip.
what?
I
Her
said
titty.
TD,
I don't
which
know.
is technical director, and Leah heard TD.
Titty truck.
I like both locations. I go from the TD truck to Moving on.
That was great.
All right.
Cut it.
Great.
Cut.
3.
1. Action. What's up, everybody? My name is Luis Flores. They call me Big Lou. This is BigLus Tech Talk, and I'm here today with Robert, Be Creative Studios, Don't Talk Yet, and I'm here with Leah Romaine or Roman. How did I say that? Did I say wrong? What?
Not romaine lettuce. Roman is fine.
My bad. I haven't seen Leah in years, but I've known her for about 2 decades. And I'm going to start off with this. This girl kills it every single time. So, no matter what, whether we're like in some high school and we need an actress, Leah's there. One time I needed a makeup artist for like this music video I was doing with all these cholos and stuff, and Leah's like, I got you what time. And she was there, delivered, came through, took care of everybody. And then this time around, I'm like, man, who's going to come through? Who can co-host, look great on camera, and talk about anything? I bet you Leah can. So I did a little test, and I'm like, Leah, what's the metaverse? And she started breaking it down. I'm like, holy stop. So this is what we're talking about today. Not the metaverse necessarily, but a lot of other things. So what's up, Robert?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, he's all like,
Thank you for having me. And last second,
well, so
but I showed up.
Robert was my Uber driver, as you can see.
I'm his. What's that? That was that movie with Keanu Reeves. I'm your that.
He looks like Louis Litt to me from a show that I used to love, which was something I forgot about. But Louis Litt was a lawyer inside a show that I liked a lot. All right, Robert. Let's talk about LA Art Show last year.
Dude, it's funny.
How did that go for you?
You know what's funny? Like, actually, you asked me all these things to list out what I'm doing, and I forgot that I'm the official LA Art Show curator for NFT.
What does that even mean?
I know, what does that mean? So what that means is I'm technically I'm the first person that brought in NFTs to commercial, I guess, arena, literally, at the LA Art Show, bringing in technology and art at the LA Art Show, and I made an impact there with a bunch of artists that are emerging and are established in this
Leah,
space.
what's art?
Art is a freedom of expression, and it's interpreted by the eyes of the person looking at it. So yeah, and I love the idea of the NFT. I think that was
She knows what a fucking
amazing.
NFT is.
Yeah, and I had to. There was a time when people started talking about NFT, and
I
I'm
did
like,
not prep her. Go,
Yeah.
Leah. Give it to me.
I was like, come on, what is this? Tell me, explain. They broke it down. I said, I really thought that was interesting. Just the fact that there's one thing created and then you can, sell that.
You can
And then
sell, right?
Yeah,
right?
it's
Your
so
art,
crazy.
your expression, and Leah's a bona fide actrice, and an artist. And Leah, how do people check out your stuff? How can they learn more about you? Do you have anything we can check out that you're okay with?
Yeah. I mean, of course, there's social media. There is my website, and then IMDb, and fix it in post. You could put it all down at the bottom. Put it right here, just slide
So
it.
shout out to Aurelio Campo, who is the director and produced this entire show. It is his studio. It is all his gear. Junior has an empire of a studio to do anything now. And he's like, let's do a podcast. And I'm like, let's not do it right now. And guess who won? We're doing a podcast. So we hit up the homie Manuel Vasquez, who's the TD, technical director, not Titty. I know who Leah's thinking.
Titty director.
Sure. I'm
That's
so
not bad.
immature
Titty
sometimes.
I think that's not a bad job for him. Titty director, sure. Why not?
No, but messing. And that's Rosie off camera, Leah's partner in crime, and I'm sure more that I'm not aware of because we just put this together last minute, like that. Like,
That's correct.
welcome into the door. Sit down, Leah. Put her light on. Get the focus. Roll camera. Basically, kind of what happened. Getting back to it, Robert, the LA Art Show, success last year?
Super success, yeah. A good impact. We showcase a lot of artists that usually don't get showcased because they get lost in the whole vast of the arena, right? But also with that fact, we amplified it with established artists, and also your project was there too. That we.
Whoa. I'm talking about the last year LA Art Show.
Oh, not this. Two of them happened in 1 year actually because they got offshoot because of COVID.
Oh, okay.
So it's usually like in January 13th
my
or so.
bad, My bad.
Yeah.
You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
The first LA Art Show, very successful, experimental. You guys tried stuff out. I got to meet you there. Mind blowing. The second LA Art Show brought people to the stage you guys had the biggest turnout of human beings coming to the event. Like, let's break this down a little bit here, right?
Yeah,
We're talking about traditional painting art, like shit that's $250,000, $500,000 on the walls. These are like artistes. These are badass painters, badass artists.
You know what I want to say is that what's smart about you, Robert, right?
Oh, yes.
Is that is that it was the perfect opportunity for that. Now, you say there was a huge turnout. You know why? Because people were starving for that because we didn't have that connection since the whole stupid pandemic thing.
Yeah.
So then they're like, whew.
Yeah,
And, I mean,
you said it.
Yes, I mean,
You said no. Let me even break that
seize
down.
the moment.
No, we got sick in December.
That's true.
Like we were sick, and then we were healthy.
sick.
We were healthy like 4 days before your event.
Yeah.
Wow.
Me 2 days or so,
Literally.
yeah.
So let's give credit to where credit's due. Who are the guys that came through for you and basically built this arena? I'm talking Friend's house down, Manny. Like, you guys came through. Like paint that story of what you guys had to do last minute just to get how many NFT artists displayed.
Wow, yeah. Originally, we wanted to get wouldn't be more intimate because the year before that, I brought in like over 40, 60 plus artists. But then this one, like, oh, let's do 12, and then so happens, and to help me out because I was doing multiple projects and different things. I'm like, let me get some multiple curators that are dope, and then so I got Manny Links, I got Janine, I got Pie Man, and Chris and James. Chris is the director of the LA Art Show. And so with that, it's for some reason somebody threw in the pot, hey, can I bring in this person? I'm like, and I hate saying no for people that need opportunities. And so I'm like, fuck, dude, like we need to showcase these people. Like there's Latinos, there's people from LA, there's people from like that are never represented because they're from all over the world. They don't know how to speak up for themselves. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. For the 15 became, I think, like 160, I think, or 140 about-ish, all combined. And so with that said, it was pretty dope. And Manny came through, you came through, James Fink, which is ArtSnitch, came through, dude. Like, without him, we wouldn't have been able to get those screens because last minute switch, our vendors ended up not making it happen and shit happened. And then who else? And then Friend's House, last second too. They spent over like 48 hours plus straight up. Yeah, to Alex, dude.
Team, right?
Technically just put all that stuff together too. So assembling that team with Manny and the rest of the people there, us coming together as a little community, we made it happen.
Through.
Yeah, the community actually came through.
Now the community came through. We're talking a lot of people, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to tell me a little bit about, let's break down a little bit, Kinder Hearts. What's up with Kinder Hearts? Tell me about, who is Kinder Hearts, what is Kinder Hearts, and where are you guys at with that right now?
For sure. So Kinder Hearts is a project that was founded by somebody named Johnny Utah. He's not doxxed. So that's in this world, we're not doxxed, so he's not doxxed yet. But his name is Johnny Utah, and super good-hearted person. Actually, his mom recently passed away a day and a half ago.
I condolence, Johnny.
Yeah. So
I like Johnny.
Much love, Johnny. So, yeah. So with that said, which is not ironic, but this whole project is about people that love to give, and it's about giving to charities, and it's about charitable giving. Because a lot of people in this space say like, "Oh, what's a give back? How do we give back to the community?" and all that bullshit, and they don't really give back, or it's like, "How do we give back and make sure we include women or people of color?" And they only have one of them in the whole fucking entire 40 people project, and just so they could claim that they're part of all that shit, and it's not true. So with this said, just by proxy, we weren't even trying to plan it. Basically, it's a company. The umbrella is Favorite, and Favorite is basically gonna set up a project that has Kindred Hearts. They came to me as a community leader, and I've been in the community basically establishing artists, developing them, placing them in places. And so with that, we got about 50 to 60 artists. Well, 50 now. Artists from our established.
Give me a couple names.
We have Gabe Weiss on there. We have Janine. We have Manny Lynx. We have Sabet supporting. He was going to be on that. We have who else, dude?
How do people find out more that are interested in Kinder Hearts?
Kinder Hearts. You go to kinderhearts.io, and so you can find out more people and what the artists are there.
Are you minting yet?
We've minted already. We went live. And then also with this market, what happened is like we didn't sell out yet, and it's okay. But we're in here for a marathon. And so what we're doing is we're redoing tactics, and what I've been doing with this project is I got together with all the community leaders out there, and we're going to relaunch Kindred Hearts and rebrand it and all launch together and put focus on it.
Dope. Let's move on to the next thing, which would be what I would like to know, Camp Kilmer. Tell me, who's Camp Kilmer? What's that about and what's going on?
Camp Kilmer was brought up by Black Pearl, which his real name is Randy. He's doxxed. And he's a producer in the entertainment industry. He brought up a lot of like backgrounds, and he's a juggernaut back then in Web 2, right? And then in Web 3, what he's doing now is like he came up with this concept. He's friends with Val Kilmer, friends with his producer Ali, and he's like, yo, like I want to put Val Kilmer, because I don't know if you know, Val Kilmer had cancer, and his throat is he can't speak. It's really difficult for him. So what he's done is like out of the love and friendship that he has for him, he's like, how do we put him into the metaverse, and how do we put him in a blockchain so he's forever remembered and established, so that way he could be embodied the way he feels and always has been. So what we're doing is basically we put him into the metaverse, and with that said, we're putting the best of the best and genuine-hearted people around a campfire, and just telling stories, sharing what's going on in the space, and coming together to support each other. And with that said, we created something called God Panels, which is what Val Kilmer did, a bunch of panels.
Right.
And then what we're doing is we're collaborating Val Kilmer with other established big artists. And then they're going to collaborate with an engine called Galaxis, which used to be Ether cards. And then it's also backed up by Chainlink. So that way it's very, like, nobody's tampering with it. I can't be your best friend, and I'll give you the best edition one. So, like, the technology that's behind it, it's built for that, and so it could be everlasting.
Robert, you mentioned metaverse. Leah, I did not prepare you for this. What is the metaverse to you?
So the metaverse to me is actually this whole other world, like a 3D dimension, but like for social connection. And what I loved what you said about like everything that you've been saying is the foundation of that is connection and love and kindness. And I'm over here like, oh my gosh, that goes back to what I mentioned about like the pandemic and what we're craving. We are craving this real connection with each other. And I feel like that's what the metaverse is going to do, because it's still, people are still kind of hearing like, what's the metaverse? What is this? What is that? And I really think that it's going to be something amazing, because that's what we need. Everything has been just, we've had to stay away from each other. And and now we know.
Do you have a headset
in
yet?
this, I don't. But
Why
in
not?
another world, I don't. But we could go to another world and be with these people. Even so this is it's just perfect. And what I love is about it may be like virtual in this way, or digital or whatnot, but it's still the human connection. And then that's what we're craving.
We're moving from a 2D monitor or existence or communication with keyboards and pads, right? And even iPads. I got all my shit here tonight, my iPads or what have you. And in a 2D space, you can travel the 2D space or on a screen or what have you, but it's still a 2D world. So we had the web 1.0, which was essentially emails back and forth, or a website with information. The cookies we carry, and how to come and buy them at our store. Whatever it was with Web 1.0. For those people that did not pay attention in early 2000s, for those people that held on the fence on the wall, they lost. They lost all kinds of opportunities. It's obvious, right? We did have the dot-com boom, an explosion, but people lost opportunities and they started catching on later. Some of my friends became very wealthy by simply buying domain names. It happened again just recently. So when now we can look back at a pattern, and we can look back at time and understand, well, that happened. Then what happened was Web 2.0, where you started to have these blogs come together and social media. And what the F is social media? Well, today, social media runs the world. I don't care how you want to string it or what you want to say it. Social media is a data collection platform that has optimized and gathered all of our data. And I don't want to go down this rabbit hole right now, but some of you know what I'm talking about. And some of you are like, what is he talking about? Do some research, right? But essentially, 2.0 gave the ability for companies, corporations, and stuff to really monetize on our information. What Luis likes, or what Robert likes, or what Leah likes, right? And then put in front of us the ads that tickle our funny. Maybe Chevrolet, because I like looking at Chevy trucks, or I want to travel to another country, and whatever is Robert's into, whatever Leah's into, right? My video game desire, or NBA, or football, whatever it is, right? It was making a ton. We're talking trillions of dollars. But 3.0 is here. 3.0 is the evolutionary change where in the future, this is going to go away quickly. They will turn into glasses, very easy to carry. The hard drive system and processors will likely be played off of a telephone or a cell phone. And the ability to be connected to the internet, which we have all day, all the time right now here, will be here, here, and here. Welcome to the metaverse. We're early stages. What we see today will not be the metaverse that we see in the future. We think we know what we're doing, but let's just take it to reality to finally check. We didn't see, nobody was able to predict Amazon. Very few. Michael Cioni, shout out to Michael Cioni, one of the most intelligent people I've ever in my life. He predicted Netflix in front of me years ago. And he told me all these things were going to happen, and he was right. It's very hard to be that kind of person to be able to predict where the evolution is going to happen. But what we can say is this. If you look back in 5-year chunks, just 5 years, which is not a very long time, right? Every 5 years, there's this very transformative change of what's happening in technology. I'm talking about cameras, cell phones, virtual reality headsets, glasses, even medical or what have you. So if you saw in the last 5 years, we're at 2022 right now. I mean, we're talking about what, 2018, 2017, where crypto went through this rise and fall, but then NFTs came into the world. NFTs, what the non-fungible tokens, mind-blowing stuff, right? I'm going too long on this, but let's just change gears.
I think that was very informative. I don't think that. I mean, you think it's going too long, but for other people that haven't heard this
It's
really
right?
dope.
So the metaverse, people are like all scared and Facebook. No, Facebook was geniusly gangster moved to secure that term and that word meta. But they don't own the metaverse. They aren't the metaverse. They are aggressive enough to pivot because of the stuff they've done over the last years to have a new direction and build the metaverse
They should brand position it well.
of in their vision, right? In their vision. But I'm willing to bet a lot. The best developers of the World Wide Web of what we're turning into are game developers. Game developers have been doing this for 50 years, and they've done it the best, and they're going to keep doing it. I look forward to what the people from Fortnite are cracking up their sleeve. I look forward to Bored Ape Yacht Club. Holy smokes. Whatever you guys are doing, you're consistently blowing everybody's mind away. And that's the creme de la creme for us to look up to and try to emulate or be. We're going to be the next Bored Ape Yacht Club. No, we're not. We ain't done shit as good as them. I don't care what project you are, but we're trying. But getting back to this, getting back to the subject at hand, we'll get more into the metaverse. I'll talk more about that in the future. I'll bring other people on who will talk about that. There's different perspectives, different arguments, different what have yous. It's a Web 3.0 3D space world where we can interact. And the real great part is we can communicate and exchange value, exchange actual money through cryptocurrencies, which are going through a very growth period. Development, what the hell is it? How is it endangering countries or benefiting countries? And put regulations on it, because with these kind of opportunities, there are a lot of sharks out there, a lot of people that are trying to burn you. They successfully burn people all the time. One of Robert's dearest friends just got hit on a hack. So you have to be responsible for your actions in this new web of what's happening in 3.0. With this great power comes dangerous shit. Let's move on with Robert. Tomar Peretz. What's this project about? I like this dude. I like talking to him. I've met him. I like him. This dude has
an interesting fella.
A character that's hard to deny, that's fun to talk to.
Yeah. I'm very attracted to his energy and creative energy specifically. Yeah. I like to get myself involved with or be part of or create projects that are high impact. Something that has big picture. And to me, when I met Tomer for the first time, which is by accident, after finishing off with the LA Art Show, I got asked to, as a favor, to go deliver these clocks there from a friend to his studio, his gallery. And so I'm like, I didn't want to do that shit. I was tired, but I'm like, you know what? I love artists, and I did someone a solid, just like I'm usually doing that. And I drove it all the way to this gallery, and I entered this gallery, and I saw his paintings. They were like life size, like freaking 20 feet by 10 feet, whatever. But they have like big picture impact. I'm like, he had some Kanye style that with his stuff. He had some other pieces that are dope, really like gravitating. And so when I talked to him, he's like, "Oh, this is my studio. Welcome back. I love to chat with you and all that kind of stuff." I'm like, "Great." So when I met him, like he told me his vision of what he wants to do. And that I'm not going to fully expose, but if you went to the show, it's sick. So, like, this guy is he's had the nightlife experience. He's an artist. He's a creative. And the way he just makes things in his head with my combination of things, like, it just makes sense. So, I just felt like he found me. Oh, how do you find him? You go to tomarperetz.com. Okay. Yeah, and then on his website, and it should pop up. That's
Leo,
when
you find him, tell me what you see.
Tell me that's cool. I would love to.
I'm very interested in seeing your perspective on what comes up on that. This is a good little test, Robert.
That's true.
Right, because right now what's happening is people are looking at his stuff, and let's consider Leah's out in the public and checking out his stuff. Let's see how good of a job you guys did at making sure you have shown his work. And if you haven't, let's fix it.
Okay. I love that. Are you on?
No, I can't.
So how do we spell that?
Yeah, that's
TOMERPERE.
That's why.
ver2tz.com.
So the spelling is a little bit tricky, so make sure you guys get that. And maybe we can throw Junior a couple of cookies to put that at the bottom.
Oh.
He doesn't want to edit nothing, and we're just telling him to do a couple edits.
All right. Let's.
He is so smiling, which means that's not good.
I'm giving him a hard time that it's going to be posted in there.
How we doing back there, Manuel?
Fabulous.
Manuel's asleep, and he said fabulous.
Here? You wanna-
Why can't I
So it didn't come up?
You want to go through my phone?
So that indicates to me
Sure.
it's not easy to find.
Let's see.
That's true. I like that. No, I like this.
This is a test.
This is
a test of the.
Oh, I meant. Okay, I just didn't hear that extra T.
Oh,
I was thinking Perez. You know.
Right.
Ooh.
That is our enunciation failure. Oh, look at Leah. Leah's like, what? He's dope.
Wow.
He's
Yeah.
dope.
No. This. Oh. This one.
Those are great sound bites. I love that.
Yeah.
This one is called Funeral, and it looks like soldiers. This is 2011, oil on canvas. Oh my, this is rough.
She's watching that. It's like
Yeah,
this is
she's
why I
all
like
rough,
that. That's the reactions we usually get. It's our more
Right,
And with
right.
him, he's an experiential artist too. Like he made a 4-story building into his art. So there's a project that's called Welcome to America. If you check it out, and basically he staged a bunch of homeless people
Right.
on each floor, and with the right smells and improper smells, so you could experience what it is. You know, it's just, if you check it out, it's insane. Like, for an artist to do that, use a whole building as his canvas,
Right.
not only his canvas itself, that's dope. I fuck with that.
Yeah, that's it. This series is.
Where do you
Yes.
guys? Where is his stuff findable? Where do you guys?
You
have-
physically or
Yeah.
online?
No, online.
Online, it's his website for right now. But what
website.
we're doing right now is my job is now, I actually represent him now.
Okay.
So officially, Be Creative is representing talent now. So that's the new thing.
Snap!
So this is pretty cool. And shout out to Randy, Black Pearl. He's my attorney that actually helps me manage his talents
snap.
now officially.
Randy getting down. Sup, Randy? Black Pearl.
So yeah,
Yes.
which is awesome. So right now you can't find his NFTs yet because only on OpenSea his past
Hey,
did.
we're sponsored by OpenSea.
Yes, thank you OpenSea for this.
Thanks,
sponsorship.
OpenSea.
That's so impressive. Does he have any shows or what is he?
Yeah,
Here,
so
here you go.
You got your phone back. Cool.
Wow.
Also, this is a little identification for all of our sponsors. Thank you to Coinbase.
Thank you so much, Coinbase, for the sponsorship.
Thank you for the sponsor. Thanks to Sony Cameras for allowing us to buy your cameras and use them here. And Zcam.
Hugo Boss, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you
I don't
for
even know
love,
if it's Hugo.
for letting me buy this shirt and sponsor you guys and support you.
And thank you for Guatemala.
Oh.
You made
For the whole country, thank you so much.
And on a serious note, if you do enjoy this program, we don't know what we're making here, but we're trying our best to share our stories, our information. We're lucky to have people like Leah be available, but in the future, they're probably going to charge me, and I would love to reward them with more than water and a pizza that was sponsored by Aurelio. Thanks to him. No, but what's up, anybody? You want to sponsor us?
We were literally just talking about you, Tomer.
Tomer! What's up, Tomer? Oh, no. But shout out to Polygon. Polygon has hooked me up. Thank you, Polygon. I love Polygon. I love you simply for sponsoring me and granting me
Polygon.
Polygon.
What's up with that?
What's up with Polygon?
What's your relationship with Polygon? You got a good relationship.
Well, they granted me multiple projects.
That's dope.
They've given me the ability to build websites and to build projects and move forward and to explore and to basically have a funding to pay professionals to get to the next step. In this process of NFTs, it's not fucking easy, bro. It is not only not easy, it is highly challenging. There's a lot of technical acumen. It is a very technical process. It is a very legal, knowledgeable situation. There's a lot of elements that go into attempting to launch a multiple NFT project that people are not aware of if you want it to sustain and to continue to succeed. I'm not saying you can't get lucky and hit one out of the ballpark. It's happened before. It'll happen many times again. But if you want to build something with the intention to survive, to keep a team together, to keep continuity and respect between the members who develop this, it's freaking hard. There's a lot of legal things that you have to learn. I've been fortunate as hell. Shout out to Alexander Mezzi for guiding me and for mentoring me in all the stupid shit that happens in this space. And Robert to answer my phone calls 16 times a day, and for us to have the dinners and lunches together and to share what we're going through. We go through similar evolutions. These are completely independent projects from one another. And then we tried, you gotta understand something. Robert and I come from a background of Hollywood studio, film, television, and that kind of corporate structure. Understanding that caliber of team, purchase orders, above the line, below the line, who are
90-day
terms. Turnaround times. Fucking your check's not going to be available for 60 to 90 days. Like, these terms and understandings are what Robert cut our teeth on over the last 20 plus years. It is our belief that studio development structure of responsibility and etiquette and understanding business has helped us secure very cool friends in the industry who have a similar feeling that in the NFT world, there will be less lucky hoo-has and more people that have to structure LLC, corporation, legal backing, banking, all these different things to have a better complete fit of what you're building and spread equity, spread the shares, spread try not to be a dick and hold all of the entire pie. Try to spread the income back to the artists and those involved with the entire production. But I digress. So, what the hell was I talking about though?
You were talking about love.
Love.
That's the foundation of everything.
No, the last thing we were talking about was Tomer.
Tomer.
Just why he's...
Yeah, shout out to Tomer.
No.
Peretz.
Yes.
I'm sure I said that wrong.
And we were shouting out Randy because he's got my legal backing.
Every time I see Randy, I love Randy. Randy treats me great. I wish I got to know more with Randy, but Randy has an incredible team, and he's got Robert, so if he needs me, he just calls Robert and I'm right there. Where to go? Shout out to Big Machine.
Oh.
Shout out to my boy Barry, Mr. Hodler. But him and Devin have been such a blessing in helping me realize where things are going. Big Machine what's Big Machine doing, Robert?
So Big Machine, I think I could announce it by the time you they officially locked in, or we officially, but Barry locked down in Washington on June 19th.
Juneteenth, baby.
Juneteenth. He's holding, and he brought me on board to do a hackathon, basically, for people of color and women in tech, and that are underrepresented, basically. And so, which is super dope. I don't think nobody's done that at this scale or at all. There've been people talking about it, but he actually put his money where his mouth is, literally. And he's he already rented the building, and it's also with Pharrell Williams and NERD and the crew. He's got Juggernauts on there. So, like, that's what he's forming over there, and it's gonna be a hackathon and second floor curation, which is that's what I'm involved with.
With venture capitalists, I heard.
And then with 100 VCs, or plus,
right?
yeah, that do invest in people of color and women, in the tech space, because of what we're lacking. So, and I think he's filling a void that is phenomenal. And people don't want to do like, oh, let's back females, and do like, no, like, let's fucking do all that shit. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, there's anyway. So shout out to Barry.
And I'm gonna keep it rolling with that is supporting the women in technology, and this is my biggest shout out to a woman that I really look up to, that you introduced me to at Denver ETH. And I always say your name wrong, so I'm gonna say this again. Shout out to Laura Truton. That woman is on fire with SheQuest.io. SheQuest.io is something so proud to be a
Sounds so
part.
cool too. SheQuest.
SheQuest.io, you know,
Yes,
she's
I
on this
love
quest.
that.
She's on this
looking
quest.
good.
Oh, Leah, you should check this out.
Yeah, she's
Laura
a beast.
is on this quest to bring on any woman in the world interested in any type of web development to provide them with support, legal support, intellectual support, financial support. If you just want to get involved in anything Web 3.0, she's building a platform that is designed to support women with other women to build the metaverse.
Hi, I'm Lauren Turton, and I'm here to tell you about SheQuest. SheQuest's vision is to provide women with education, strategy, and support to create their own legacy. Our mission is to provide women with the education and support that they need to become full-stack Web3 developers. Our mission is to provide a legal structure support for women in the Web3 world to reflect and get answers from qualified legal professionals pertaining to their projects so they have proper guidance and support. Our mission is to provide women the education and strategy needed to expand their Web3 businesses so their companies can have a massive impact. We would also like to provide financial assistance to women on their Web3 projects so they can create lasting projects without the financial burden. And lastly, SheQuest wants to tell the stories of the leading women in Web3 through a full feature documentary, featurettes, and a podcast. This is how you can get involved.
Perfect. There we go. I would be very interested in putting $2,000 towards this initiative.
Wonderful, thank you. Would anybody else like to support?
Yeah, I'd like to give 500 as well because we'd like to see some podcasts with some NFTs in the platform. We have the influence section on the website, so we could have a chat about that as well.
Wonderful, thank you.
I'd
Thank
like
you.
to match that 500, so it'll be a total of 1,000 from Mad.
So 3,000.
3,000 total.
Wonderful, thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
And for anyone else that would like to get involved, please go to shequest.io/get involved.
Lauren has this background in business and in development where she covers all these dots and all these checkboxes, and it's just killer shit. So shout out to you and to Dr. Peace,
Shout out to
and,
Dr. Peace.
and the entire crew of what's going on there. They're behind you 100,000% of the way, every single step of the way.
Right, guys? Coinbase, thank you so much. I
disappear?
appreciate
Coinbase,
it.
thank you. All right, and we're back. Leah, I want to thank you for everything. What are you working on? Leah, what's up with this pilot?
Oh, yeah. So a TV pilot. I don't have all the details yet, but I went through one of the most intense audition processes ever. It started in November, then I had a hit in January, and then February, and finally March. Here we are. And so we had audition, callback, and a callback. And then there's not much yet to say because
Not yet.
I have the
Can you say what?
the meeting. I mean, I know it is. I could say what
Nobody's
it's called.
listening.
I could say what it's
Nobody's listening.
called.
We don't have
It's
any
called
listeners right now.
Ghost Town Girls,
Oh, shit.
and it's gonna be. It surrounds like ghosts and stuff like that. Stuff that I've been into a lot. Like I love spirits and talking to the other side, so it has to do with that. And it's gonna be really a fun thing. And I'm just gonna try. We'll go on location up and down California and. Yeah, but I'll know more. I'll know more when we have our production meeting on May 3rd. All I know for now is that they want me on board. So I'm excited because it's a kind of like sweet deal. So I'm like, yay! There will be a cult following with it for sure because a lot of people love that paranormal stuff. So
You gotta
Yeah.
come back and tell us anything you can about what's going on.
100%. I'm excited about it once I know more. And then on, thank you, May 11th, there is a documentary that's coming out on Netflix, and it's called Our Father. And I portray the actual attorney that defended this monster doctor. I hated the fact. I was like, why do I have to be her? But it's acting, so it's all good. Yeah, this fertility doctor inseminated these women without their knowledge.
Huh?
Yeah, so you know how we have
like that.
DNA testing that comes
Oh,
up.
that's tore up.
These this one girl was like, what the 23 matches of sibling? What the I mean, yeah, it was actually crazy. No.
This is a real story, right?
No, yeah, this is true.
All a true story.
And then I'll tell you, I mean, since the
Yes,
story was
dude.
out, you know, so they're up to 86 siblings right now.
Whoa!
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you've got to watch it. People do have to watch it to know what happened to this doctor.
Oh, this is a trip.
No, it's crazy.
Male or female doctor?
He
Well, he, of course,
He-
he's inseminating women.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you at?
No,
Yeah.
but like inseminating, like, but you could do it with the.
Oh no, he
thingy,
went
right?
into
turkey
the
baster thing
room.
or whatever?
He would collect his sperm, and then he would come back. He would do his thing in the room next to there. Get his sperm in the little vial thing, and then bloop, inject the women. So these could be women who wanted to just have a anonymous donor, or they were a married couple that couldn't conceive, and So he wanted to keep the what do you call it? He wanted to keep the white race going. He wanted blonde hair, blue eyed people to. Yeah, it's freaking disgusting.
Is he
Yeah.
still alive?
Yeah, yeah. And he tried, and this is behind the scenes, like during the making of it, it took 4 years to make. He and his people were trying to stop it at all costs. They were doing shady shit, like taking the nuts off the tires of one of his girls. Yeah, just to, like to try to scare people, like, watch what I could do to you. And now it's like, and his children that knew, his real children, I guess, they've disappeared from social media and everything. They're mortified. They're humiliated that this whole thing's coming up. Yeah, so we'll see.
Well,
So-
Netflix is definitely gonna
Huh?
make it at a show.
This is the kicker. 0. He got fined $500 fucking dollars, and that's it. So behind that, there's some corruption in the whole
System.
Yeah, I mean the judge.
So
the-
American.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The girl that the attorney that I portrayed was like this white, right wing, like supposed like feminist, and I'm like, nah, chick. I looked her up and I was like, oh, she's cuckoo herself. So,
That's crazy.
anyways, that's that. Thanks for
Well, thank
reminding
you
me. I
for
forgot.
sharing that.
Yeah.
That's definitely
So
gonna be a success, even though
I
it's
think
not.
people love that. I love that
watch
stuff.
it.
Hell yeah.
It's a fascinating.
Yeah.
story.
All right. Well, it was so fun. This
Thank
is
you,
like
Leah.
crazy, unexpected turn of events on my night, and I liked it. So thank
you
you.
for coming through.
It was nice to meet you.
Thank you, Rosie, for letting us- Back to the lecture at hand.
Should I be professional? Should I be smiley? No, I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Luis Flores. This is BigLus Tech Talk. So I'm here with Robert Be Creative. Robert, you've had a very, very successful LA art show just recently with an incredible turnout. And you've had time to digest, go to other events, travel a little bit, see other stuff. What is the next events we can look forward to with what you guys are doing?
There's one we're doing, like I said, what's called with Big Machine. That's gonna be cool. That's in Washington, and then one after that, it's gonna be, well, nobody knows this, but with the LA Art Show director, he's created a show called RevFest, and it's basically gonna be a festival. And he brought me in, and I'm gonna bring in my team to create a festival experience in Hollywood for NFTs. But it's not gonna be typical convention type of bullshit, because for NFT LA, people didn't quite like that. But people loved the events that I was throwing or part of and making happen, which you were part of. And actually, you were a big part of that made people like feel like there's this is a standard, like when people come in this standard with this production and this professionalism, they're like, they watch.
But then the beauty is it's recorded on the blockchain. So it basically will be like everybody told. That's exactly what's happening. And my vision always been through space.
Cool.
Shout out to CL7. That was his connection from there.
Cool.
Yeah. So people love that, and it's me and Motivate. Motivate's another character.
Yo,
in space.
shout out to Motivate, bro. What's up, Eric? Yo, I'm gonna take a moment to give credit where credit's due. This cat put together a very fascinating project to, at the same time of the LA NFT time period, LA NFT, just recently, he got with Harmony One. Shout out to Harmony One. Shout out to all the people at Harmony One. What an incredible team, group, and collective group of cryptocurrency enthusiasts that are doing something special in the blockchain world. And at that event, they gave away a lot of money. We're talking several thousands of dollars fast. And what they did was, we even videotaped some of it. They hooked up my girl Lauren and Peace, Dr. Peace. You go up, you pitch your project. If it's any good, there's a panel, and one by one, they start saying what they would allocate to you. They give money like that. They're supporting projects in this world to help elevate, educate, and just get shit going. Eric, shout out, bro. That was dope, man.
Yeah. I would love to put $1,000 towards this initiative.
Thank you, I appreciate you.
And I'll match that 1,000.
Thank you so much, I appreciate you.
I'd like to add $500. I'm not quite sure how much money I'm going to have to give. So I'm trying to be cautious.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll ask Jacob to give around his hours to 1,000. But you know, there's definitely things that we can offer on our platform. We'd like to discuss with you. There's media packages that we can help with, design work, videography. We have loads of services that we can add. I think I love your brand. I love what you stand for. I think you're a really good speaker. So we'd love to support you on other side of things too.
Thank you so very much.
3,000. Thank you.
Eric,
so much.
shout out, bro. That was Harmony One, shout out. And to all the people that I've met there and the supporters, and you know who you are. And I love how you guys have been very, very embracing and brought me in. And, talk to me about DAOs and that we should turn this into a DAO. I'm listening, I'm studying, but I want to do this right. It matters to me empirically. I don't even know what that word means, but it matters to me to a lot. That we just do it right. Because, period, I just want to do it to the best of our abilities.
Well, I think it's not only period. It's like you've gone through, and we've gone through like these cycles of these phenomenal
I don't
big
want to have
things,
a bad experience.
and we don't want to go through that bullshit.
I don't want other people to have a bad experience either.
And with the wrong people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mainly it.
Yeah, I can't say enough love to Harmony One and to Eric what they did. I love what you did, dude. I wish I thought of that shit. That was great. It inspired me to do a couple things with Lauren.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we talked about RevFest a little bit.
Yeah, so we were giving a shout out to Eric because it was me and Eric, or Motivate, they call him in the space.
Oh, is Eric involved with the RevFest?
No, it's not. He's not. But we definitely want to bring him in somehow at some capacity if there's alignment.
He's badass.
He's badass and he's busy. So am I. And if it aligns, of course, if it makes sense. Like I've known Eric before NFTs for a good amount of years,
Shit,
way
man.
before.
Eric's
Probably
such
6-7 years before.
He's a good DJ. He's a musician. Dude.
Multi-hyphenate character.
Yeah. Multi-talented, quiet dude. But he knows what time it is. Yeah. And shout out to Logic.
Oh yeah, Logic.
Logic, man. Every time I run to Logic, what a special character, talent, good-looking dude. Just like God gave him all the gifts. So tell me your name, where you're from, what do you do?
I go by Logic with the K, L-O-G-I-K. I'm also known as Julian Gilliam. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, currently residing in Chicago. LA might be the next home. I'm a multidisciplinary visual artist, and I also make NFTs. What the NFTs did was it allowed for me to bypass the galleries, bypass the man that allows for me to, or tell me that my art is gallery or street art and none of my shit is in the streets, So it allows for me as a black man to thrive.
Logic, what a swell dude. No, but Logic, what's cracking, man?
Yeah.
I hope to see him around these kind of events. Hopefully, you can come through again.
For sure. People like that, right? But yeah, like motivating us, like we did our impact around NFTLA, but Eric did do some stuff with NFTLA, so that was pretty cool. And then we did the official after party, so at the Dream Hotel.
That's my involvement in Web3. My favorite artist right now is probably Danko, who's my partner, and he's the lead artist on Ethereals and also Mayhem Island Bananas.
Hello, I'm Lauren Turton, host of the podcast Freedom with NFTs. I interview NFT enthusiasts so they can share their tools, tips, and tricks so that you can dive even deeper into creating your version of freedom with NFTs. Most notable on the show has been Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm co-founder of SheQuest. SheQuest is on a mission to provide women with legal support, scholarships, business expansion strategies, and also we are filming a full-length documentary featuring the leading women of Web3.
So yeah, like that was a good event. So and then RevFest, that's gonna be really cool. We're gonna represent the right artists, curate the right way. We're also gonna have and ask people like how they will like certain things that didn't do so well in other festivals.
Right.
So what we learned because of you, like Luis dragged me to fucking NFT NY. Was it this year, last year, whatever it was? It feels
Yes.
Dude, like that was an experience. I'm glad that he did. I'm so glad that you did, dude.
I
Like,
just said,
bro,
don't
it was-
worry, I got you. Took care of his flight, picked him up from, I think I picked him from the airport or Ubered his ass, took care of his plane, got him.
You really
Because
did.
I'm like, no, Robert, you need to be out here. What a wonderful experience.
Yeah, I
So,
don't think if it weren't for that, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't be here, but I definitely not the same energy and would have known the people in person that we were talking through via Clubhouse and made that proper immediate connection with the right ones.
Right.
So like if it weren't for that and you dragging me into that, because like literally like I just didn't want to, and then you're like, you have to go, it's gonna be special, you have to, it's the time, like, all right, fine. And then I don't know if I said no, but then you're like, oh, your flight's booked or whatever. And I told my family and girlfriend at that time, I'm like, all right, I guess I have to go.
Yeah, you gotta go. We got to Mint.
Yeah.
We got to, take
That was cool.
things.
That was special.
Shout out to Bright Moments.
You
the
showed me
whole
around,
project.
like, because you used to live in New York or you had some stuff over there, but you knew New York to a good
I knew
extent.
New York enough to get around a little bit. I got some friends out there. Shout out to my, all my peeps out there. Sincere and the whole Rough Riders crew, and rest in peace DMX and the whole entire group out there. Still communicate with all my boys out there quite often.
The live mint that you're talking about too. That was what Bright Moments, right?
Bright Moments, yeah, Bright Moments live mint. Bright Moments. What a special IRL setup that people still don't know about. It's still under the radar. Still one of the most interesting projects I've seen to date. After visiting, checking out, getting to know, at this point, hundreds of NFT projects and viewing well over 1,000. Make no mistake about it. One of the most interesting and fascinating projects today is by a DAO called Bright Moments. Today I find myself in New York City in an area called Soho. I'm here at the Bright Moments Gallery today minting, which is called an IRL experience. The IRL experience means in real life. What is so amazing about this particular project is really how they came up with the idea of how you're gonna grow your community. Community and fan base and followers is the #1 key component to a successful NFT generative project. And which leads me to Ed Mason, a man amongst men. Ed Mason, a true developer in the virtual reality space before people knew what these headsets were. A true engineer developer of making a wireless headset before Oculus had a wireless one back in 2014. Ed Mason led and helped create, one of the lead people at Frogland IO. And Frogland IO, when he announced this, when he dropped this, I went nuts. And I bought more NFTs of his project than any other project, because if I'm going to gamble on anything, it's somebody who I know who's been down the road before and can pull it off. And lo and behold, 6 months later, they're starting to show us all their 3D work. His team, Squirty Mayo and Shrimp and all these guys from Hollywood. Like, I could go on and on and on and on. But I'll tell you this much. Just check them out. Check out that project. Check out their metaverse. Check out the pads they're doing. Check out the artwork they're doing. The artwork by his fiance, which I can't wait for her to become his wife. Check out Frogland.io. Love that project from a standpoint of how it's structured as a team. From a standpoint of how they respected the work, didn't put all these expectations out there, and they just delivered. So it has ingrained in me, that's kind of my future philosophies. Less talk, more positive surprises. Because this shit's hard.
Who are you and where are we at?
Hello, my name is Ed Mason and I'm in Manhattan for NFT NYC.
Beautiful. What's your background prior to NFTs? Tell me a little bit about that.
I've been in the technology space since about 2009. I've been developing virtual reality products and prototypes with companies like Nvidia, Samsung, and Mattel.
Moving on. George Lopez Foundation, Kidney Disease Foundation.
Me and Randy were just talking like recently, like literally just an hour ago before I got here on the road. It's like, hey, should we do this? And not do this because we don't want to. It's because there's a lot of stuff that we have going. And then what he brought up was like the cause. Like, what is it doing? Like, why are we doing this? And I brought up the why. Like, I usually like to, if we're in doubt, I always like to ask the why. Why are we doing this? You know? So he's like, yo, like, for the cause. I'm like, cool. And then also he said out like, yo, I'm doing this for Manny Links. I'm like, really? Word? And he's like, and which I love. He's like, yeah, like Manny's like always like there showing up, but he always gets the short end of the stick in his words, right? Like not really, but yes. And Manny feels the same way in certain ways. And for him to see that and say that without me saying that for Manny, I thought was really noble. So shout out to Randy for even recognizing he's been there for me too. Like I don't want to cry, but he's been there for me when I went through one of my toughest times, like how you've been, you know? So it's like he's a real person. He's pushing so hard and so well in the right way. So we were just talking about it, like, are we going to do it? Yes, we're going to do it. But we're going to do it with a smaller amount of artists and have Manny one of the main features. And so, like, and with that, I was like, that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm bringing people like that to light that are in my circle, that deserve it. And when I see the right position for them and it can happen, and I don't have to force it, that's what this is about. This is the right alignment. And what that's about is we brought in artists so that way they choose to donate their full art. And when people buy it via NFT on the platform, this year we're going to do it Maker's Place. They're pushing it officially. And what we're doing is like we give the artist a choice. You get to donate 100% of it, or the minimum you could keep is 50%. And that last year was great. George Lopez cried. We're going to make George Lopez cry again with another piece or pieces. So, and hit them hard. You know, it's a good tournament. It's a good celebrity. It's a foundation that's done really well. And I'm lucky to be part of that. And that's thanks to Randy, you know?
No, and I know Manny. I know Manny Links. And here's why Manny Links is so under the radar. Okay, check this out. I've spent months with this dude. His art ability, off the chain. I'm talking murals for, the dude's a true artiste. Good looking guy too, damn it. Okay, but he's a true authentic artiste. Oil and every canvas you can give him. And he's hyper aware of the platforms and NFTs and what's happening. And he's there. He's in the mix. He's always involved. He's in the community. So if you're going to bet on somebody, and this is not financial advice, I'm just telling you, Manny probably was here before you or at the same time you were here, and he'll be here either till the end or further than you, which indicates to me Manny is going to be a staple in the NFT space. Count on it. Fucking write my name on that. I bet he'll be around. Just keep watching. That's Manny Links. So, moving on. Praise Pals. Tell me what's up with Praise Pals.
So Praise Pals is actually funny. Like, it's funny how we all intersect. Yeah, Praise Pals is a new NFT launch project, which is turning love into currency. which is pretty interesting. And what they do, they have a lot of perks and a lot of like good intentions, which I love. I love Jesse. He's the CEO of it, and the company's named Praise Token. And so we met at we threw a mansion party, and they're good people, and that's where I actually met Logic in real life in person because you brought him. You brought Logic to the party. And then he's like, So I remember, like, you're like, oh, can you get me and Logic? And I'm
that's
like,
right. That's right.
But like, this was so tight with security and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out. So I went over there, saw Logic, super sweet. I'm like, dude, that was when I met him in person. That was dope. So that was super cool because we had the best of the best over there. Made a very Hollywood-esque event that's with our style. Jesse knows how to throw parties, like in events to make stuff happen, and that's what actually Harmony sponsored that event.
Oh shit! What's up, Harmony?
Yeah, so Harmony sponsored that event, which is cool, and they did like this Easter egg hunt with a key or whatever. So,
I remember that. Like, yeah. I did none of that. I should have.
And how we integrate with that too. That's how I met Cosmic Wire that helped me with the Banksy project, which is you were also involved with that. So like this is crazy, man. This you just brought my wires back. It's cool.
I got to see the professor there, basketball legend.
Right.
And I know the professor from years ago.
Yeah.
And then I had footage of him from Venice Beach when we were at Bright Moments.
One of those are and ones, right?
And ones, yeah. And when professor, like that boy, better handles than anybody. He's basically the other white chocolate.
Yeah, right.
Just shorter version of him. But what's up, professor?
Gifted. Everybody was there.
Yeah, I gotta see what's up to Gifted. I love Gifted.
David Bianchi was there.
Bianchi, what's up, David?
Did a couple projects with him. Like, he's sick. Like, everybody was there.
Let's close the books. Robert. Shit's hard right now for everybody. Yeah. It's hard. It's confusing. Sales are down. Mm-hmm. How do people keep their eye on the prize? What can we say? What can we discuss? What can we look forward to understand we expected these drops, these lows, however you want to string it. Unfortunately, we're also complicated with outside turmoil of war that's happening right now, unfortunately, between frickin' and the Ukraine, unfortunately. War that's not even discussed in other countries of genocide and things that are happening. There are a lot of things happening in the world that are making it more difficult for the technology to move the way we kind of was hoping would happen. How are you? I struggle with this. What do you do? Who do you gravitate to? How do you learn? How do you move forward?
So
for how long?
Right. Like, let me correct me if I'm in the right order, but I like the question is like at times like these, like, who do you gravitate towards?
It's depressing,
right?
Bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking depressing.
Yeah.
We're all in need of mental help. I'm thankful to have people like you, because I break. I thank God for having, the director of this show, because this is we're not wrong on the technology.
Right.
I don't care what anybody says.
100%.
The technology is undeniable, but the pathway to the evolution and the redevelopment of trying to make a better world, it's fucking hard. How do you handle it? What do you do? What's your MO?
See, my MO is like obviously what keeps me going, whether I'm in the ups or downs, no matter what. I love representing and positioning people, and now including myself, which is what I've learned in this journey, in places to win. And that's like you, that's Manny Links, that's like, everybody else, Tomer, like it's just who I've come to is I've learned is how to trust. I've been in a journey of like learning how to trust after I've gone through some shit in Web 2 or past agencies, right? And people like you that have like seen me for what I am and what I could be, and also understand the depths of what we've gone through, and we have similar experiences. We have battle scars, right?
Yeah.
We're battle tested too.
We're battle tested.
Yeah. So that's
Shout
how
out to
like
Red Studios.
yeah. And shout out to Ian for teaching me that.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, like you know what we are? We're battle tested.
Battle tested.
I'm like, all right, cool. So with that said, like we endure a lot. You know, we're creatures that endure a lot. Do want to have to, but we just do because we like to win big. And to win big, you have to sacrifice a lot, unfortunately. You don't have to, but that's kind of the path it's been.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
To win big, you have to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes everything.
Yeah. Sometimes too much, though.
Fuck, it's going to be a big win-win day, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so who do you reach to in those days? Like, for example, your family doesn't understand what the fuck you're going through.
No. Family don't get shit.
For the most part. You
No.
know? You can educate them.
My second cousins do for some reason.
So I can't fully reach out to them fully like that for that type of support, you know? A girlfriend, in my experience, couldn't understand the vast of it because I was always gone working and doing this. So you don't have that. So it's people like you that are on the floor, on the field, doing like, we're like the Marines out there right now, you know? We're just out there like figuring out which one has landmines, which is the best path. We're trailblazing. We're like figuring out that's good, that's not good, that's good right now, maybe not later, but let's implement, let's integrate. Like we're doing all these things and doing social strategy and maneuvering in the space, and also like very much like battle commanders, right? Like we know the big, large macro scale. But in order for really us to understand and what we like to do is like to be in the mud and be like, yo, this is really the lay of the land. So that way we come back with that info and we talk about it. Like, so what's going on? Why are people going through this? And who should we lean on to? It's like we lean on to the people that are doing good, and they have been doing good since the beginning, good or bad. And those are people like Kyle from Subtractive. Those are people like Randy. Those are people like fucking Tomer, you, Manny. Been there thick and thin. He's gone through his own shit, and he always shows up. That fucker always shows up. And, like, he's always come up to me like, yo, bro, like, I just want you to trust me one day, man. That's all I want. And that's a big challenge for me. And I'm like, and finally I could say I actually trust the dude. Like, I love that dude. He showed up when he didn't have to. It's not even for his self-benefit, you know? Like, he just shows up.
Right.
And it's like, bro, I got you. And I'm like, and to have soldiers like that and people and friends and brothers, like, brothers in arms, you know? Like, that's what we are. That's so uncommon. Women and men, you know? Like, Janine is another one. She's my other
Janine, what a trooper.
dude.
Yeah.
God, Janine from Kindred Hearts. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah. You know what I wonder? What's Tree of Life doing right now?
I know.
Where you at, Tree of Life? Miss you,
Shout
bro.
out to Tree of Life. He's been on it. He went to San Francisco or San Diego.
San Diego, yeah, he was in San Diego, yeah.
Dude, he's been
Tree
doing
of Life
his thing.
He's just chilling, making his projects. I look forward to the next videos, bro. Tree of Life, shout out.
That's a real one.
That's one of my boys.
Leaning to people like him that have spiritual
we need a lot more people like
understanding.
him. We need a lot more people like him. He gets it on a different level, and his talent comes through. And just need to get him up to speed with more of the opportunities of the NFT space.
Yeah.
Not that I know a lot, but I'll share some things when I can.
For sure. But lean into people like that, share your stories, and share also your solutions. So what I've done lately is you were gone out of town, which I love to, and we'll do the next one.
Yeah.
But what I did was I brought in, luckily with my magic, my strength is I could bring in amazing characters and people together and fast. Yeah, that happens. And so what I did, I called up a meeting, and it got the best of the best, and we were at the hangar of Kyle's hangar.
Yeah, I noticed you guys did that. That was badass.
And so what we did, we just got the best top community leaders, and we just said and shared, like, yo, what are your pain points? What's going on? And then it so happens that, like, for example, Kaz had a pain point. Like, she's everywhere. She's respected in this field. Shout out to Kaz.
Yeah.
She's epic.
Yeah.
And she shared out, and this was open, and she's like, yo, like, I struggle with, like, asking for money or asking for stuff like that, which she well deserves.
Because she's a talented, Kaz is such a talented and incredible artist.
And community leader and pushing for the community.
Yeah, and the whole entire shebang, but she's not going to ask for money.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of us suffer.
Yeah.
A lot of us hurt and end up, doing bad.
It's the
truth.
And then what happened was, since we had that meeting, she met Randy, and Randy offered, like, yo, you guys have my legal free support.
Whoa,
if it's helping you guys out.
there we go. Now
we
have some elements to solve
then
those
recently,
issues.
which I have to text her too, is like, she actually reached out, because Hartford even reached out and say help or whatever, right?
Nice.
A lot of them, it's hard for them to ask for help. So what she did was that happened, and then Randy told me like, "Yo, I got her with Chainlink, with whatever. I helped her with the contracts, and like he's reviewing her shit, and like that immediately it just happened, and other things are happening right there. Nomad Boulevard showed up. I got my wallet jacked and all this other situation, and then him and a lot of people in the community they spit me some ETH just so I could get by, and that was like people like that.
Yeah.
That's what we need. People
Community.
that are
It's
community
what
that actually
a show of community.
a tribe,
showing up.
right?
Yeah, tribe.
A cute community with an actual mentality of tribe. What that really means, like that's what we need. That like because then we help each other out. And when you say like, "Hey, Outland," we tell each other, "What do you need help with out loud?" And when you say it, and they communicate, and they say, "Oh, I could help you out with this. I could help you with that." That's the type of people that we need. That's the type of community we need. That's the type of tribe and mindset, right?
I agree.
And then we'll create solutions out of that. So that's what we need, and that's what we need to gravitate at times like these. And out of that, we give each other hope and inspiration, and then solutions, and we implement it. That's what we've been doing on a high level scale, right?
Yeah.
Because
always at a high
we're
level
not. We've
No,
done our road.
we're not starting. No, we're starting. We started at the bottom too long ago.
Yeah.
How should we wrap this up? This is episode 78. Negative 78. We're actually at 0. This is our first episode.
Yeah. Shout out to Coinbase for sponsors, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying that until that happens.
Shout out to Domino's Pizza for charging us for today's pizza.
Portion.io, thank you so much.
Portion.io. Yeah.
They just bought a metaverse. It's amazing.
Shout out to Tezos, to Ledger. Shout out to
Gnostic, baby.
To Low Sleazy for running the room that I DJ in at night sometimes. Nelly Crew, and all the people I listen to. Yeah. On a serious note, no. But thank you to our sponsors that have not given us money to do these podcasts.
But we still rep you guys, even
yeah,
though,
we still
we
rep
believe
you,
what
all
you're
of
doing
you.
and how
Mad
you're doing
love to the blockchain world.
I do want to lead up with something really quick. Like I do want to say that thank you so much for you, Luis, for bringing this the way your art is to capture people and interview them and have this depth of knowledge in the industry, but also depth of knowledge in the people's heart and what their intentions are. And then for you to amplify me, in that sense, thank you, because what I'm really obviously doing is I'm bringing the best of the best together so we could figure out solutions for people to actually thrive and survive and make things happen for one another
and
or for themselves.
The only way that even partially exists is thanks to the guy I met in 1996 at Oxnard College, Aurelio Campo, who taught me so much and to this day provides so much. The equipment we're using today, the studio I'm at today, we owe a debt of gratitude. And I dare you, Aurelio, put your Ethereum wallet at the bottom. Let's just see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Somebody sends you some ETH? Oh, no. I dare you to put your Ethereum wallet at the bottom. See what happens. If nothing happens, I'll send you some from a secret wallet. But thanks to everybody. Thanks, Manuel, for donating the time, and he works tomorrow morning. Thank you to Leah. Thank you to everybody. Thank you guys for watching.
When's the next one?
We don't know. When's the next one?
Once the sponsors come.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
So there will be no next one.
There won't be a next one unless sponsors come. But we're trying. We're trying to do something of quality, of enjoyment, of information. Trying to be transparent, authentic, and hopefully with a little luck, and with a little grace, and with a little attitude and effort, somebody benefits from this. Thank you. My name is Luis Flores. This is BigLus Tech Talk, I think.
Yeah, what are we naming this? What are you going to
name
BigLus
Tech Talks is what we came up with.
BigLus Tech Talk.
Dustin, thank you for showing.
Teddy Talks.
Right out of time. Dustin McKim, I'm sorry you couldn't be here. Maybe next time, Dustin McKim, you got it.